Professional liability insurance can be a large expense for architecture firms, both large and small. You may hear some people refer to this as errors and omissions insurance, or E&O, but either way, there are a couple of factors that could affect pricing for better or for worse. In this video, I'll review what this policy costs and all the discounts available to help you reduce your premium. Hi, I'm Austin Landis, and I run a commercial insurance agency that specializes in insuring architects and engineers. We have clients all around the country, and my goal for this video is to help design professionals get the most out of their insurance. There are two paths that you can choose for this coverage. The first path, which is the most common, provides a generic professional liability policy that is the same as other businesses such as marketing firms are insured under. The product is not built for design professionals, nor will the claims adjusters or underwriters that you deal with know much about your profession at all. These are generally offered by the cheap online insurance companies. These policies can save you money in the short term, but could cost you in the long run. One of the scariest things about this policy is that you might have one without really even knowing it. They will add in language that makes it look like it's a policy specifically designed for architects, but when in actuality it's a one-size-fits-all policy that may not have the coverage that you need or that you expect that you have. Our agency doesn't really write policies like these. For some people, less coverage for a cheaper price might be a good fit, but we specialize in a different type of coverage that ensures your business is adequately covered from most of the common claims that architects specifically will encounter. The second option is through a specialized architect professional liability carrier. This is the route that I recommend all my clients take and is the only type of policy that I'm willing to assist in procuring for my architecture clients. There are actually quite a few specialized carriers out there, so you have plenty of options, and these carriers are the ones that'll really have your back in the event that you do have to file a claim. They're usually involved in the American Institute of Architects, have specific architect and engineer coverage forms, and they offer services specifically to architects. With these carriers, the entire underwriting and claims teams specialize in architects and engineers. This means that when you're speaking to someone about your claim, you won't spend the entire phone call defining terms, explaining what you do. They already know these details and can start working to help you get back on your feet. Some of these specialized carriers are Berkeley Design Professional, AXA XL, Hartford, Beasley, and Travelers, to name a few. For example, one of our favorite carriers for architects is Berkeley Design Professional. This is because they are an insurance company dedicated to architects. Their entire business is centered around you, and their reputation in the community is everything to them. It not only ensures that they can effectively write your policy, but it means they won't use you to make a quick buck without fear of consequence. They are looking to uphold their excellent reputation in the industry, and they're here for the long term. If you hear about this second path and think to yourself, well, that sounds great, but what will it cost me? We understand, which is why we put together the costs associated with the second path, and this would be the architect's professional liability policy from a specialty insurance company that actually intends to pay all of your claims. We have provided a pricing chart that includes up to $1 million in revenue, and when you start getting more than that, it becomes really operation specific, but you can do some math on how this might scale up for your firm, or you can just give me a call for a quick quote. Here are 9 examples of pricing from firms in different regions of the country. You can see for firms generating $100,000 in revenue, the E&O pricing is coming in at around $2,400 to $3,700 per year, depending on your state. For firms generally generating $250,000 in revenue, the pricing can be $4,700 to $7,000, depending on your region. For $1 million firms, the pricing is ranging from $13,300 to $13,900. Just a quick pitch for my firm. At Landis Blosch, we have a specialty practice that handles architects and engineers, and we'd love to help you find a great insurer that you can trust and rely on. You can schedule an appointment below or start a quote on our website. We usually have you a quote in hand within the day with a really quality specialty insurance carrier. Regardless if you use us or not, please do not purchase this important coverage from a generic insurance company when there are so many great options of specialty architect professional liability carriers out there. Here are 3 easy ways to reduce your premium for professional liability coverage. The first is have your team do a 1 to 1.5 hour architect risk management management course provided by your insurance company. Quality insurers in this space oftentimes will give you a 15% discount if you take one of their risk management courses before you purchase the policy. They want to help be your partner and help you manage the risk of your firm and not just sell you an insurance policy. This course may sound like a waste of time, but it's actually helpful information that'll keep you out of lawsuits. The next is adding a limitation of liability clause to your contract. If you build in a limitation of liability clause into your contract to limit lawsuits to less than $250,000 in damages, insurance companies can add this in for huge discounts. They often don't disclose the exact number, but it can be up to 25% discount to add this into your contract. Discount aside, it is probably also a good idea in general to add this for legal purposes. And lastly, have a deductible. Although no deductible options are generally available to smaller firms, not necessarily larger firms, a 0.5% to 3% of your revenue deductible can reduce your premium significantly and also be a risk that you can easily take on. Sometimes the carrier will give you a nice discount just for this because you have skin in the game, and they'll assume that you are confident in that your risk is properly managed. The next thing I want to talk about is how to tell if your insurance carrier is a good partner for your firm. Below we have a checklist that has a list of specific coverages and offerings that you can use to ensure that you have good protection for your firm, but here are a couple of good ways to better understand what type of insurance company that you're dealing with, and our first type, the generic insurer, or the second type, the specialist. The first thing to ask is, do they offer the specific architect coverages? Ask your carrier or agent whether your insurance company offers specific job excess or specific client excess coverage. Ask if there's an architect-specific in-house claims team. Ask if they have a contract review service for insurability of client contracts. These are all features that many of the specialist insurance companies offer, but the generic insurance companies do not offer. The second is the insurance company involved in design professional associations such as AIA or ACEC and teach courses for the industry? Quality insurance companies care deeply about their reputation in the design professional space. They are oftentimes teaching AIA classes and hosting webinars for their architectural clients, teaching them how to manage emerging risks. If they are putting themselves out there, you know their reputation means a lot to them and is a good indicator that they are really setting out to protect your interests and do the best that they possibly can. The third consideration is, do larger firms purchase from this carrier? Large architectural firms oftentimes have legal teams that vet insurance policies and insurance companies harder than smaller firms are able to. Ask your carrier what kind of limits they offer. Anything over $3 million is generally a good sign. Ask them if large architecture firms also buy insurance from this carrier. Although this might sound a little strange as a way to evaluate an insurance company, none of the terrible carriers with subpar products insure larger firms because they wouldn't be able to meet their requirements. For example, Berkeley Design Professional uses the same coverage form for small firms as they do large firms, so that can be a good indicator of trust and not an insurance company trying to pull a fast one on a small firm. It also means that you get the same quality product that large firms are also getting. Finding adequate insurance can put smaller architects at a huge disadvantage in the marketplace. They generally don't have the budget for large legal teams to vet the policies. Large insurance brokers generally target large architectural firms and not the small ones, but you can really piggyback off the money spent by larger architecture firms by using a specialized insurance carrier with the same or similar forms as the big architectural firms are using. Reach out to either me or my team if you want to evaluate your options or you just want a second opinion on your current professional liability. Architects have a lot of great options out there, more than most industries actually. These insurance companies really cater to design professionals, so there's no need to purchase a bad insurance policy.